What's up, everybody? It's Johnny. Welcome to the Forward Podcast. This podcast is all about helping young people move forward in their faith. Remember, your best days are ahead of you when you move faith forward. Hit that subscribe or follow button to join the community. Let's jump into today's episode. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Forward Podcast. We're so glad you joined us today, and I'm pumped. We just got finished with conference, everybody, and night one, and we have in the room today Birmingham's finest, the one and only Layton Germann's in the building, everybody.
Johnny. Yeah.
Come on, how you feeling, sir?
Good to be here. Good to be in Seattle. You know I'm caffeinated if I'm in Seattle. Love you guys. You have
to be. And Pastor Layton, for those of you who don't know him, man, he gets the privilege to be a part of some of the. He's been a part of some of the greatest churches, actively a part of Church of the Highlands right now, and it's one of the biggest churches in America. And today he's in our humble studio, and he came to our conference today and ministered to us. And bro, it was beautiful. And yeah, man, you enjoying Seattle? You liking what?
Love it, man.
What we got to offer?
Always honored to be with you guys. Love living hope and moving faith forward. I'm pumped to be here talking leadership, ministry, and I know we have a lot of people kind of tuning in and checking you out. So, and you just wrote a book.
I just wrote a book.
Shout out.
I just wrote a book.
Get it on Amazon September 15th on my God Walk. I'm telling you right now, you better buy it.
That's right. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we had dinner together. Not dinner. We had lunch together, and honestly, like my wife was saying, like, yo, we love the Germans.
Thank
we
you,
really
man.
do. And so we appreciate you and just kind of your voice in my life. It's been helpful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm grateful. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, man, excited to be here.
But bro, maybe you could just jump right in. Like, who is Layton? Maybe give a little bit of your story, life,
you don't want to know, right?
Like, wherever you want to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit. I know we were talking earlier. Just what is our story? How did we get here?
Yeah.
I grew up in Hilton Head, South Carolina, South Kakalaki. If anybody knows what that is,
South Kakalaki, bro.
Yeah,
Nobody
you
knows
wouldn't know what that is in Seattle. And grew up in church. Was never really engaged actively. Kind of was that like back row kid there because my parents told me to be there. And life was changed at like 19 years old. Got saved in the youth ministry. Pursued baseball in college. Had a number of injuries and just was that guy on the IR at all times. And through a number of events and just God moments, you know, God called me to ministry. Then moved to Birmingham, Alabama, which is where I stepped foot in Church of the Highlands. Had no idea. I'd never been to Alabama and decided to go to this college, which was an internship.
How'd you hear about
online. I was looking to go to Samford University, finish my degree. Was in business management. And, you know, it was like 2 a.m. I'm checking out churches in the town in Birmingham and see Church of the Highlands. Never heard of it. I knew nothing about the Ark and the whole world. I mean, I thought Alabama was going to be like flat land and cow fields. I had no idea. Birmingham, if you've never been, it's beautiful.
It is.
Nothing like Seattle, but Birmingham's beautiful. And long story short, I saw our executive pastor, Layton Germann, on a video inviting people to be a part of an internship. And in that moment, I knew this is it. I woke up my parents. I'm like, I'm going to Birmingham. They're like,
jeez,
go back to sleep. Shut up, you know. And I moved to Birmingham, and then, you know, the rest is history. So I've been a part of Highlands for a number of years through Highlands College, and then ended up at Celebration Church in Florida for almost 10.
Wow.
And then was moved back to Birmingham to be a part of Highlands in 2021. So been a journey.
How did you know ministry was your route? Like,
gosh.
Was it a God moment? Was it progressive? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was a number of God moments. You know, when it comes to like, even people have asked like, how do you know you're called to full-time ministry? Mm-hmm. What does it look like, and how do you know that you know? For me, there were a couple God moments. The weekend I got saved, I felt like I was called to ministry, but I also had no idea what the Holy Spirit felt like.
Yep.
So when when I got saved, I thought you got goosebumps every time. I thought God always knocked on your heart. It was just happens. It's an altar call. But that was 19. Fast forward 2 years later, another God moment. Felt like God called me to ministry. It was probably one of 3 times I've heard his voice audibly. And that moment, it marked me, but I ran from it. You know, I was like, oh, let's figure out this baseball thing, which, you know, every 18-year-old has that dream, and you know the reality is very slim. And then I got in a crazy car wreck. So really, really crazy car wreck, flipped 8 times, going 85, no seatbelt, no airbags. I mean, it's a miracle I'm here. And at that wreck, I remember getting out of the car, I saw a shooting star right when I got out, and I knew, okay, I got to do something with my life. I'm like, I can't do anything else. It's not that I was running, but I was kind of denying that I was called to do ministry.
Yeah.
And then that led me to Birmingham. And, even through being in ministry over 15 years, there have been ups and downs, like everybody knows. I mean, you know this, and anyone who's ever been a part of church knows this. There are ups and downs. But the way I would describe it is I'm gloriously ruined to do anything else. It's like what the disciples said to Jesus. Like, where else will we go?
Yeah, you got
like we're not leaving. Like and I told a young person the other day. They're like, "How do you know you're called to ministry?" And I told him this statement. It may sound strong, and it may not even be biblical. So I'm just saying that. I told him, if you can do anything else, do it. But if this is the only thing you can do, you're called to do ministry.
I heard Spurgeon say that.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I can do.
Yeah.
I could try it. I could do it. You can make more money.
Yeah.
You could have maybe more flexibility. But there's nothing else I can do.
That's it.
And I think for us, that's my wife and I, we know that's how we got here, but that's also how we're going to continue.
That's real good. That's wise. Because I'm thinking 2 things. I'm thinking a lot about what Pastor Chris, I believe, I've heard him say, like, we need to really start reconsidering the leaders that are in the church today.
Yep.
And now when I get to go preach at a camp or something, I do a response like, who feels called to full-time ministry? No hand, one hand, maybe, whatever. But I'm trying to, like, just get people to start thinking.
100%.
Not the American dream.
Yep.
God's dream, like that whole concept. And I'm like, man, we need people. And I just want to encourage somebody maybe listening today, like, that could maybe be a route for you, and you should explore that.
Yep.
And you should consider that, like, don't just throw that out.
Yep.
But God will get your attention. And I think it was Spurgeon that said something like that, like, if you can do anything else, do it. Like, God has to arrest you for the call to be a pastor, at least in that regard. I think he was talking, but real good. Okay, so it was car wreck moment, and then you found Church of Highlands. You go to Church of Highlands, and you start your journey there. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. And then how about this? I know your journey wasn't a smooth journey, and I don't know how much you want to get into. I know we talked about it off.
Hey, we'll say whatever, right?
Yeah. And so maybe you can talk about being like church hurt, because I know a lot of young people, they love throwing that phrase around. Like, I'm church hurt. I left that church because whatever. And it's like, I don't know if you should have left. You probably gonna get hurt again.
Define hurt.
Yeah. And so maybe you can tap into your story a little bit, as much as you want to share, and then maybe give some wisdom around, like, man, what does it mean to be planted, to be rooted in the community? When is a good time to transition? Yeah. Anything that comes to mind.
I mean, I think when it comes to church hurt, it's a hot topic. It's things that you hear people in our generation talk about, the younger generation, the older generation. I think it's kind of a, it's a word and a phrase, not even a phrase. It's become a mentality that I think has passed its way around different people. Yep. And first, I would, I don't know people's story. I don't know whether I know there's real pain that has been caused by the church.
100%. The
church has done some terrible things to people, and people have been in situations that have been painful. So it's like, we're not here to dismiss pain, but we're also not here to disparage what the church has been for so many people. And I think ministry is especially the church. Too often people think it's an either or. It's either helping me or hurting me, and too often it's more both and than it is either or. It's hurt and healed at the same time. It's been exhausting and refreshing at the same time. It's been fulfilling and frustrating at the same time. And so if you want to get in ministry, if you want to be a part of church, if you want to build God's kingdom, you better learn to live in tension. That's right. And to be in I've said before, is the burden of both. You're going to be both exhausted and fulfilled. Like, the Bible, those who refresh others, it takes pouring out
themselves
to then be refreshed themselves. So when it comes to church hurt, I think it's just, first establishing, it is an imperfect world. There are imperfect leaders. We're all fallible. We're all carnal. We're all, we have a lot of deficits in even who we are. And I've experienced, I wouldn't say I've experienced church hurt. I've experienced disappointments in moments that I thought would look different. And I think that's where frustration lives, is the gap between expectation and reality. I think we all have that. Here's what I thought it would be, and here's what it was.
Yep.
And that's where frustration lives. And I think where someone goes with that frustration determines not, I want to say their future, but is this hurt or is this just a pivot? And maybe can I reframe what I'm facing?
Okay.
So, I think if you look at, I'm just not a massive fan that the pain of people has caused me to leave church. I don't necessarily reside in that camp. Because if that were true, David would have left the kingdom a long time ago. I never had anyone throw spears at me.
Yep.
Like I've had some parents say some things where I'm gosh, that wasn't true. Or some articles posted, whatever. There's things that happen, but and David had, I think if you look at anyone in the Bible, had a really, really painful church experience with leadership. And his response to retaliation was, do not touch the Lord's anointed. We don't retaliate. We don't seek revenge. This is God's chosen vessel. I didn't put him in place. He didn't put him in place.
Yep.
So as long as he's still there, I'm going to honor and serve to the best of my ability. And I think that's allowed me to get through seasons is, number one, Philippians 1:6. I didn't begin this work in my life. It was he who began it. The church that I'm serving didn't begin the work in my life. And they're not going to carry it to completion.
That's right.
Jesus. So God did.
Yep. He'll
carry it. He'll finish it. And if I stay faithful in it, I think it allows me to endure, any painful season. And I'll share this just practically, couple things that have allowed my wife and I, fruit to endure tough seasons is 4 words. And it sounds crazy. It's been life-changing for us. It may not mean anything to you. It means everything to us.
Okay.
And it's the 4 words Jesus said on the cross, facing pain. He didn't mean it. Father, forgive them. They don't even really know what they're doing.
Wow.
If they knew the pain they were causing, they probably wouldn't have done it.
Wow.
But forgive them because they didn't mean it.
That's powerful.
And in any tough situation, now I don't always feel it.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many times I've said, you know what? He didn't mean it. I know I wasn't in that moment that I thought I would be in, and I'm frustrated because there's a gap between expectation and reality. But he didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. Surely there's something that I don't see, that either God's at work or he's not at work for a reason. And we've experienced pain, but I think it's the burden of both. That pain brought healing that we've never experienced before too, because of it.
That's great.
And for anyone who has been church hurt, I think, first, I think all of us would say as leaders in the church, like, we're sorry.
Yeah.
That anyone has caused pain. But God began the work in you. This leader didn't, the church didn't. It was he who began it. He will continue it. He will carry it to completion. And your job is just to stay faithful and forgive and love and bless and honestly continue to serve. And that's what would be my encouragement.
Yeah.
I didn't start this to end it.
Real good.
I got in ministry to finish.
Real good.
I didn't get in it to be famous. I got in it to finish. And it's easy to start. It's hard to finish.
100%.
And I think finishing requires enduring.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
And I love what you said. And I always try to tell myself this, and I was just telling our leaders this recently, like, we just need to believe the best.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just going at a pace.
Yep.
And it wasn't intentional.
Yep.
Or, it just happened. It slipped, whatever. Or, you thought, oh man, pastor's not giving me attention. He don't care no more. It's like, no. He's running at a different pace. He's got things going on. He loves you. He would love to sit down and talk with you. It's just like, I'm believing the best.
Yep.
And I think that's allowed me to be just free in life. I'm just believing the best about my boss, about my neighbor, about my friend, about my coworkers.
100%.
The church family.
Love covers the Bible. It believes.
Multitude.
Yeah. And just even 1 Corinthians 13, it bears all, covers all, believes all.
Real good.
And it's not a spotlight. It's an umbrella. And I think we have to live that out in tough moments.
That's real good. Now tell me this. So you've been in ministry how long now?
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
Saved for how long?
16.
16. Wow, you got plugged
17.
in.
Yeah, I mean, I got. I was from the pew to ministry school. Pretty quickly.
And you lead and pastor in a church that's really touching the world. One of the biggest probably student ministries. I was in the room when you were speaking to 15,000 people. Like, I got to see the scope of your leadership and weight that you kind of carry. What would you say has helped fuel your faith and really like keep your love for Jesus red hot and stay grounded? Yeah,
I think it's such a good question because, I mean, that is the admission ticket to enduring and lasting. If you want to finish, you gotta follow well.
Good.
And I think before I'm a leader, I need to, before I'm a shepherd, I'm a sheep. Before I'm a leader, I'm a follower. It's so easy to say. It's so hard to do. And the nuance of ministry, because it's so easy to do, and to do out of duty, and man, it's a responsibility. I got to preach.
Yep.
So I got to be in the Word.
Yep.
But it is the thing that allows me. Without it, what do I have to offer? What can I give?
Yeah.
What can I? I just, they say don't trust a chef who's skinny. And I think the same way in ministry. Like, I don't trust a leader that's not a follower. And I think that can apply to so many different ways. And anyone who wants to be a future lead pastor should be a great associate pastor. Learn how to serve well and sow well, because you'll reap it one day.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to fuel, what fuels me, my pastor, Pastor Chris Hodges, has always said, when you lose your why, you lose your way.
Oof.
And I think what keeps me fueled, there's actually a story in John 10, and I don't, not to preach, we're at a podcast, so you don't need anybody preaching to you, but Keys can join me and make this sound good. Just kidding. And John 10 is one of my favorite passages of Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a very missed part of John 10. I'm the good shepherd. He goes through that whole passage. At the end, it said the religious leaders try to grasp Jesus, try to kill him. It was a premeditated attempt to kill him. And it said he escaped their grasp, and he is weeks away from the cross. He's near Jerusalem. I mean, this is like Good Supper's 3 chapters later. And man, this is kind of like his, he's in his Aliyah moment that in Jewish people would call headed to Jerusalem. And the Bible said he left there and went back to Jordan where John had been baptizing. And it struck me, whoa, in a moment of difficulty, Jesus, the Son of God, instead of moving forward to Jerusalem, the future vision, went back to Jordan, the place where John was baptizing. Well, what was John baptizing? Well, there was this man named Jesus, before he began his ministry, was baptized in the Jordan by John the Baptist. The Holy Spirit descended on him like a dove. He was affirmed by the Father. That's where his ministry began. And then he went into the desert.
That's powerful, yeah.
So for me, what allows me to stay in this fight and have fuel isn't future vision. It's actually that I have a Jordan River.
Real good.
It's the Jordan River that allowed me to be here. It's the Jordan River where I was called, where I was pulled out of. And I think every leader, every believer needs to have a vivid memory of their Jordan, because it is not. And I'm not dismissing future things that God has for me.
Sure.
But God didn't save me for all of that. He saved me because he loved me. And I had nothing to offer in Jordan, but he called me anyways. And so that for me is everything.
Yeah.
When I have tough days, I don't go try to find a new idea. I try to find a new revelation of an old moment where I was called, chosen, and God put his hand on my life when I wasn't expecting it.
And that's the words of Apostle Paul.
Yep.
Look to Jesus,
Yep.
the founder and
Yep.
the perfecter of our faith. It's like you got to stay with the
Yep.
founder.
100%.
You got to keep your eyes on the founder.
Yep.
It's like you have moments where you're like, man, I feel like I'm not moving forward. You have moments where you're like, I'm burnt out, I'm tired.
Yep.
But he's that perfecter, and so you keep your eyes locked in on him. Go back to that Jordan moment where God called you. That'll
Because,
feel you.
I mean, it'll encourage you. If you think about how far you've come since that moment, Like in the kingdom of God, hindsight is foresight.
Yeah.
Because he's the same.
Yeah.
So if I find strength in an old vision, then great. It's just more encouragement that he's going to do it again. The God of all comfort, he has delivered me and he will continue to deliver me. That's what Paul says.
There's an affirmation we're trying to say here. We're building them for our team. Angel's part of our team. And we're trying to say, what's the first one? I'm going to butcher right now. It's, I'm God's beloved son and he's well pleased with me.
It's great.
And I live secure today. I'm butchering it. Anyways, it's late. I never recorded this late. The essence is like, we try to start with like, hey, God is pleased with me. Like I'm his son. I want to start there. I want to live secure in the ministry that I do, in the work that I do. I'm his. I belong to him. And I found that just, man, that if I can win there and I can start there, man, I don't need to win in anywhere
100%.
else. Like I had that Jordan moment.
Yep.
And so that's powerful. Now I want to tell you about a moment recently that happened. I heard someone say something and it bothered me. And they were talking just about like,
say their name. I'm just kidding.
No. And I kind of get it, and I get how you can like think this way. I used to think funny thoughts when I was younger too, but essentially they were dogging on mega churches. Okay. And they were saying something like, Living Hope's looking up to mega churches or something like that, and it kind of like stirred something in me, and I was like, first off, I hate the term mega church,
For sure.
I don't know, it doesn't sit with me. You come from a context of multiple mega churches, big churches. Just drop some numbers. Like, what does the Highlands reach on a weekend?
Yeah, 60, 70,000.
60, 70,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous, that's a huge church. Living Hope Church, we got 300 a weekend, and we're like, yo, revival, and it is like God's moving. It is, And so you come from a big context, small context, like, help just speak into that. Like, why do you think big churches get a bad rep?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think those are conversations that happen. For me, I do think there have been negative things that have happened in the mega church context.
For sure.
And because of that, it gets publicity, it's talked about, and it's unfortunate that those things happen. But I think it happens in every context.
Yeah,
I think every sphere, every city, every context has had things happen that maybe they didn't want to happen. For sure. And I don't think anyone started church to do something that maybe happened the way that it did.
100%.
So I think that's one. I think, what I've heard a lot of people say is it's too big or, can't get connected. And I do think there is a level of you praying as a leader and a pastor. Here's something that I've prayed personally. God, never grow us beyond our capacity to lead and our ability to care. So if we can get more people in the room, but we can't care for them,
it's not a win,
and lead them, I don't necessarily know if that's a win.
Yeah.
So we want to grow. I do think it's God's will for every church to grow. John 3:16 is that none should perish. So his will is that every church is growing.
Yep. God wants heaven filled. He wants the barn filled with wheat,
Exactly. Yeah. If we don't like big church, we're not going to like heaven.
Yeah.
But I do think there is a level of context, capacity, just where you're at in season, leadership, scale, all those things. And what I would say for the mega church world is, yeah, absolutely. Has it maybe not represented Christ in ways? Yeah, but I think you can flip that coin, and it's done so much, and I think it's allowed the kingdom to be advanced in different ways, and you've seen leaders really have a voice to reach. I think about leaders right now that come to mind that they're reaching people in secular culture. Yeah. Because of the influence and platform of a megachurch. 100%. So there's good and bad, and I think every coin has two sides to it. That's the beautiful thing about it. But I think it's God's will for every church to grow.
That's it.
And the prayer is, never let us grow beyond our capacity and our ability to care. Mm-hmm. So you send them as long as we can lead them and care for them. Yeah. And that's the goal.
And I remember Craig Rochelle saying something about this comment, about mega churches, and I forget totally what he was saying, but he was coming back and like the big church can do so much more
for sure
faster, than just a small church. Like we love the big church when they're, like for example, the Bible app. We love the Bible app. We love the YouVersion Bible app. Like,
YouVersion's great.
I think they're about to break 1 billion downloads.
Yeah. Like, far surpassed billions.
Yeah, and so this is like phenomenal work that they're doing. It's like, yo, you use it every day, and all of a sudden you don't like Big Church. Well, Big Church is helping you out a whole lot, you know. And so we love Big Church. Why? Maybe because you've been in that context. Specific things for you, like what do you love about being a part of churches like Celebration? Highlands?
I mean, I do think the ability to impact, like you say, at scale is incredible. You know, to have the opportunity to just, hey, we're gonna go reach 30,000 people today. You know, we're doing a youth conference and we're going to fill this arena, and other churches want to come because of the influence of Church of the Highlands and her pastor and who he is and his integrity, all those things. It's amazing to be able to move the kingdom forward, and every church moves the kingdom forward. But I've always loved, you know, I grew up playing sports, and I think, you know, every great team has a couple vets who are taking a couple young guys and saying, like the Kobe Bryants of the world, who here's the standard, here's where we're going, this is who the Lakers are, and we're inviting you to be a part of that. And I think, man, just in the megachurch space, which, you know, I don't like that word either. It's like, man, who called it that? Like, who started that? Like, I don't think any pastor who leads a church that's quote unquote a mega church would even. I
lead a mega church.
Yeah, like if you're saying that, like red flag, you know, come on. Our goal is to reach people.
That's it.
Our goal is to build the kingdom. It's to populate heaven.
And if the net is full, that's a win.
Yes. And if God, if He is widening our nets, amazing, praise God. If He's tightening our nets, amazing, praise God. But whatever it is, He's the one who's bringing the fish. Yeah. And our job is to, I think, lead them, care for them.
That's right.
You know, help them become, steward them. At the end of the day, even no matter what pastor it is, we're all stewards. We're not owners of anything.
It's real good.
So when it comes to the mega church, man, I just love the scale that, you know, the influence and getting to pour into other churches.
And Pastor Layton, I think sometimes people can be like, big church can feel shallow.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some truth in it.
And it has been at times, yeah.
But what would you say, like, how are you seeing God move in the larger churches?
I've seen, probably in the last 5 years, it's like post-COVID. Okay. You know, I think everyone who lives in these times that we live in now has a pre-COVID and a post-COVID life. Yes. You know, there's just, it was a reset in so many ways. And it really was in the church world, some for good. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've seen post-COVID is a hunger for like a true, genuine move of God. Yes. Can't just come in and have a service and check it off our box and attend. You know, that's a great message and golf clap, and we got our 35 minutes in, but you went 2 minutes over. Come on, man, do better next time. And the worship band, you know, they didn't sing my song. Like right now in every church, I'm not even talking just mega church, whatever, every church context I'm in every city, there's a hunger for God.
There's a shift.
We want a genuine move of God. If He doesn't do it, we're not showing up. It's that Moses prayer. Yeah. God, if you're not going,
I ain't going.
I'm not going. And I think a lot of people, now the world has led us there. As the world gets darker, the Bible tells us the church will get brighter. Yeah. So I think there's a need and a desperation for a true move of God. I've seen it in my life and family's life and friends' lives. And I love where we're at within the church. I think absolutely, you know, should we advance more in every way, you know, character, competency, yeah, let's do that. But there's a hunger for God. And I think we're in a really, really opportune moment that I love that you're a part of it, and seeing tonight young people. I mean, we're in Seattle, Washington. Like, we're not in the Bible Belt. Yeah. We're in Mariner country. We're in Seahawk country.
That's right.
And there's a Mariner game happening right now. And you had young people filling a room, hungry for God on night one.
On a Friday night.
100%.
Come on.
You didn't have to prime the room. It was ready.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing.
And so let's do this. Let's speak to some young people, because we got a lot of young people listening.
Shout out Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Gen Z. Yeah. And what is it, Gen Alpha?
Gen Alpha, Gen Beta.
I don't know if they're listening, but maybe. So what are you excited about? Because you get to travel, you get to see different youth ministries. What are you excited about when you look at the youth of America today? Like, what is excited?
That very thing, the hunger.
The hunger.
I think, God doesn't necessarily always respond to desperation, but you can see in the Bible, he does respond to hunger. And it's one thing to be desperate; it's a whole other thing to be hungry.
Now break that down.
Yeah, and to me, I think desperation is the awareness of need. Hunger is the action. It's moving faith forward. I'm doing something about it. I'm not just a woman with an issue. My issue is so desperate. It's caused me to be hungry to press through a crowd that I'm not allowed to be in.
Okay, so
and that gets me to God.
Yeah.
And because of that, because of your faith, you're now well.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that with youth. It's, man, we can't play church games.
No more.
I'm not coming here for cool programming. I'm not. It's the way that I would say maybe the last 5 years, youth ministry, when I started in youth ministry, it was a little bit of if you have the best event you could gather, which I'm all for great events. But I think we've left the entertainment sphere and we've got in the encounter sphere where that's what they're looking for. We can't entertain them to revival. And now we gathered for years and years and years. And I think God moved through that. And I think it was a season. And, the sons of Issachar, they knew the times and the season and what to do. But I think we're in a season where a true encounter with God is not only what they're looking for, but what we're seeing. And that's why I love it. And I'll always believe in the next gen.
Let's go.
The statement, once a youth pastor, always a youth pastor. I'll be 80, a youth pastor, because what stats would say is 78% of all Christians make a decision to follow Jesus before 18. So you give me 3/4 of the slice of the pie.
That's right.
And let's go.
That's right.
That's why we do what we do. One generation commends the works of God to another. And we'll always you'll do that. I'll do that. And not hopefully, we will see the future generation do that for the people behind them.
Come on. Now, when you think about our generation, the youth, what are you looking at? Like, man, this is an area we can grow in. This is a weakness. Maybe it's something that we're off at.
Yeah,
opportunity.
I'm the guy that has 10 things that I would want to change right now.
Sure.
It's not necessarily. It's a gift and a curse at the same time. So when it comes to the next gen, now first I want to give them a ton of credit. Any person listening who's a young person, I just think about the events that have happened over recent days. Charlie Kirk, a school shooting, things in Nepal. That's in the same day, and all of them are being privy to that information like it's nothing. I don't remember that as a teenager growing up with that much tragedy infiltrating my head. So that is, I don't know if we understand the scope of the psychological things happening. Like even the neuroscience of like what is happening to your brain with that much trauma. So anyone who follows God and is a follower of Jesus in this day, like you're the real deal. But when it comes to, I think some challenges or maybe an opportunity to grow, I like even reframing it. It's not a weakness, man. It's just an opportunity for us to get better and be more effective. What I would say is for young people, for Christians, followers of Jesus, to have a little bit less self-focused, self-centered gospel.
That's really good.
That Christianity is here to serve me, benefit me. Now, we love talking about the benefits of following Jesus, which are real, and they're actually not going away. They're finished. It's finished once and for all. But there is a responsibility. The way I would just say it is, I think it was Charles Spurgeon who says, you're either a missionary or an imposter. Neither. You can't be both. When it comes to a Christian, you're a missionary or you're an imposter.
No middle ground.
There's no middle ground. I'm not a consumer. This isn't a church country club. This is not for me. Once I am saved, I don't have rights anymore. I've given up my rights.
That's right.
By surrendering to Jesus. And now my life is on mission. And I think if we could get that in the next generation, that I am not just saved,
Yeah.
I am not just a believer. I'm a missionary to a world that needs him. And your mission field doesn't have to be a foreign country.
Yeah.
It's your middle school classroom or your high school classroom or your workplace. Like, that's it. As if I think, man, it's the whole Isaiah prayer. If we can get that in people, here I am, send me. You know, Jesus didn't pray for more harvest. He prayed for more workers.
That's real good.
And I think that's I think because of our programming, we had an entertainment youth ministry where it's just entertain them and gather them and tell them everything good about the gospel. The reality is Jesus said in this life, you will have trouble.
Yeah.
And there are going to be some tough times.
And they need something to die for.
Yep.
Like, I remember preaching at our camp for our middle schoolers, and I had this phrase, this point, I'm a slave and I love it.
Yep.
And I was preaching that, and I just saw it resonated with the room. Like, they're leaning in. I was like, this needs to be a whole sermon in itself.
100%.
One of the middle schoolers come home to his mom. Hey, Mom, did you know I'm a slave? You know, and like,
tell me more about that.
But he understood it. Like, he's like, I'm a slave to God. You know, like, he's my Lord.
Yep.
And like, that clicked for him. And I was like, man, we need this. And I'm with you. I think that would probably be the one thing. Like, man, if we can get that mentality, like, hey, I'm a servant.
100%.
You know, I'm well done, good and faithful servant. You know,
Yep.
we are sons, we're daughters, we're the bride of Christ, 100%. We don't preach.
And
we don't preach slaves.
it's both
servant,
and, not either or.
Yeah,
100%.
It's all that. It's the whole thing.
It's what Paul said. Because I'm a servant of Christ, why would I be trying to please man? I can't. So it even becoming a missionary actually removes some of the things that's holding them back from purpose and calling.
Yeah.
Is the fear of man. I can't do both.
Yeah.
And because I'm a servant of Christ, why would I be trying to please these other people?
That's right.
I'm a missionary.
Yeah.
I'm not my own.
I answer to one person.
I have one audience. I serve the audience of one.
Yeah.
And I think when you live on mission and you put it at the center of the table, it just, everything else revolves around it. And in your life, it doesn't become easier, but it becomes more focused.
Yeah.
And I think for me, clarity affords focus. It allows me the chance to, here's what I'm here to do. And what's in the peripheral, great that it's there.
Yeah.
But I'm a missionary.
That's right. And these missionaries tuning in, they want to grow. Like, I love that you're tuning into a podcast. That just shows there's this hunger. I want to mature in my faith. I want to grow. And I get this question, like, people, and I'm sensing this in our community, people want mentorship.
Yeah.
They want mentorship. And I feel like I have a bad answer. It's true. I'm like, just be a student. You'll find a mentor, you know? Like, just, what do you mean? But can you
do you know that quote? Have you ever heard that quote?
I think it's...
when the student is ready, the teacher arrives.
Yeah, when a student walks in the room, or something like that. Yeah.
When the student's ready, the teacher, the mentor walks in the room.
Yeah. And
it's true.
Can you speak to that? Is there anything else to that, or is it just that? Because like, there's young people in our community now that like, man, I want to grow. I need a mentor. How do you find a mentor? Where do you get a mentor? Like, anything?
Yeah, and I mean, I do 100% believe in that quote. When the student is ready, the mentor will arrive. The teacher will show up.
Okay.
So I think finding a good mentor first starts with, am I a good student? Okay. Am I moldable?
Okay.
No mentor is looking for concrete. They're looking for clay.
That's real good.
That can be shaped and molded. And I would say, a good mentor is someone who their hindsight becomes your foresight. So someone who can look back and say, man, don't do this, don't do that, do this. And they're kind of, here's what I wish I would have done. So, but that can mean I have mentors as parents. I have someone who's like, man, I love how you've raised your kids. You're not even in ministry. You're not a pastor. We may not even, but you have some incredible kids.
Yeah.
Will you mentor me in that? And here's what I've learned about mentorship. It's not found, it's pursued. You don't find mentors. It's not like a leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. Like, I found one.
That's real good.
Like, this isn't a clover. This is, I pursued it. I asked them. I set the terms. Here's what I'm looking for. Will you mentor? I don't even use the word mentor. Will you help shape me to be a better parent? Can I have once a month of your time? Can we talk about what it looked like for you to raise 3 boys? So I go in with a very clear, here's what I'm looking. Here are the terms and conditions. Here's what I'm asking for. Like, this is, I think, because sometimes people are reluctant to be someone's mentor because that's so ambiguous.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Are we meeting like every morning for 6 a.m. coffee? Like, yo, I love you, but not that much.
Yeah.
And I have a wife, I have a kid, like I can't be doing all that. So I think pursue it first. It's not found, it's pursued. Mm-hmm. That's really and then set like guidelines, and here's my expectation. I would love would you be willing for a once a month meeting to help teach me, mold me, shape me in the area of finances?
There you go. So it's not one mentor that's your sensei that teaches you everything. It's like, I need someone to help me with money.
I probably have 8.
Faith. There you go.
And honestly, some mentors are like brothers. Some are like uncles. Some are like dads. Yeah. And they all have different types of voices. Sometimes I need a brother to call who is, yes, a little bit ahead of me, but also who can kind of punch me between the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
But I love them for the way I would much rather have someone stab me in the front than the back. The Bible says that correction, from a brother. Like, I forgot the scripture.
It's better than many kisses from an enemy.
Kisses than an enemy. It's just like, man, I want people in my life to call me up.
That's real good.
And I think everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a voice. I saw this quote, I think it was today. I don't know where I came across this, but man, I wish I knew who it was, but the quote was, the only way that I saw further was standing on a giant's shoulder. And I think that's probably many of our stories.
That's the story, yeah, that's our story.
The reason I had vision for anything is I had people in my life like Lane Trance and Mark Pettis and Dino Rizzo who they allowed me to stand on their shoulders and say, hey, look ahead. Like, that could be possible, and this could be what God has for you, and this is what it looks like to lead in ministry over a decade plus long. Like, so find someone who's willing to spare their shoulders and let you see a little bit.
That's real good. I love that. I love the language of its pursuit.
Yeah, you got to pursue.
You don't find a mentor.
No.
They're going to show up.
No, there are no ads looking for someone to mentor.
Yeah, and I always love the young person's like, hey, can we do coffee? Can we, it's like and they come with a notepad and they've got questions. I'm like, yeah, I'll give you my time.
100%.
If you're coming like that. And
100%.
So let's mentor some people. Maybe you can just speak to 18-year-old Layton. Like, what are you telling them?
Ooh, it's a good question. First, don't be an idiot.
Yeah, there you go.
Get your life together.
What's the thing? Is it Michael Scott that tells Dwight, don't be an idiot? It changed my life.
I love me some Office. Yeah. We could have a whole podcast on just who's your favorite Office character.
That's Deanna, bro. She's all in, man.
So for you, just quick, top 3. Who's your top 3?
I love Jim. He's just like the guy.
He's your top?
Not my top. Michael.
Okay.
As soon as you take away Michael, it's just like, it was still good, but Michael's my GOAT. And there's Jim and Dwight, yeah.
Okay.
Those are my 3.
It's good. That's a good 3. Probably those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easily.
I would have Michael, Dwight 2, Jim 2nd.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm with you.
Such a great show.
Yeah.
Would not live in today's world.
No.
But it's a great show.
We're watching it, like, recently. I was like,
this can't happen.
It's not canceled yet? Like, what's going on? This is great.
So good. All right, so back to mentorship. 18-year-old Layton, what would I tell him? I would probably want to tell him a lot.
Okay.
I think even just what I was sharing earlier, hindsight is foresight. There's so much that I've learned. I think there are 2 teachers in life. One is wisdom. The other is experience. And I've got to learn from both people ahead of me. But there's also been some tough moments that have taught me. And honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way because I wouldn't be who I am without it. Mm-hmm. But if I could go back, I think I would probably, I remember Tom Hanks sharing this in an interview with a number of actors, high A-list celebrities, not security. Everybody,
it's 11:21. It's way too late to be recording a podcast, but we're making it happen.
We're doing it.
We're here.
We're doing it for you.
Because we love you.
For the one moving your faith forward. That was backwards.
Oh my gosh.
That's a blooper. Cut.
Keep rolling.
No, cut it.
This is great.
So back to mentorship.
Yes.
What would I tell 18-year-old Layton? There's a lot that I would want to tell him. But I think there's this statement that I've had recently. probably in the last year. I taught it to our students in a message. And it's the statement, this too shall pass. The bad days,
Real good.
the disappointment, the frustration, it will pass. But guess what? Flip the coin. The great days. The oh my gosh, mountaintop. I never thought we would experience these days. That will also pass.
Real good.
Nothing is forever.
It's real good.
Everything is temporal. This life is a vapor. It is a mist. And I want to make the most of those few little drops I have left on this earth. And I think it's just not getting caught up in momentary things and tough time. Man, you've experienced this. There's probably so much that you've experienced this podcast would never know. And I think in those moments, you thought it would be forever.
Seemed like it was forever.
You thought it would last longer than it did.
Yeah.
And it passed.
That's right.
And the greatest days of your life, you thought it would never go down. And it went down. And in all of it, it will pass. And God will remain faithful. And that has centered me because good or bad, he's the same.
That's right.
And
Come on.
I just stay put, stay faithful, stay moldable, and excited for, what he continues to do.
I love that. We're coming to an end here. We do at the very end. We made it. Hot takes. They're kind of hot takes. They're just kind of fun questions. Hot takes. If you had a Mount Rushmore of pastors.
Ooh, don't ask me this.
And I found out that there's 4 on Mount Rushmore. Who's on there?
Oh, gosh. Current?
No, just go. Whatever you got.
Oh,
Dead
man.
or alive?
Dead or Alive.
What's that game, Dead or Alive?
I feel like Rock Band right now, that song, Dead or Alive. You know Rock Band. If you don't know Rock Band, you're way too young. You need to buy it on eBay. It's going to cost you a mortgage, but buy it. Dead or Alive. I'll do current.
Yeah, let's go current.
Pastor Chris Hodges. Got to throw him up there. I mean,
yeah.
Who am I if I don't throw him up? PC. Oh, gosh. I'm just going to go preachers.
Okay.
Because I think there's so many, they're like great church builders. But I'm thinking through like the preaching lens. PC, Put PC up there. Pastor Chris Hodges, shout out, GOAT. Jensen Franklin, Pastor Jensen.
We share that one.
The Silver Fox, the Prince of Preachers.
Yes.
Can't mess with that man. He could take my phone and preach a whole year's worth of sermon. Yeah. Like he is.
He can just go.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
He is the gift of the wind up. He winds up for about 20 minutes and then pop goes the weasel. Yeah. And it is insane. I think Judah Smith to our generation was a huge influence. That, 2010
style,
just 2010, 2020, Judah Smith really, really pushed the envelope on communication and cadence and storytelling. There's no one more captivating than Judah Smith.
Yeah, no.
And then there are people, that's 3. That's tough to add. How do I even add a 4th? I think there are people like T.D. Jakes. There are people like Stephen Furtick. I think there would be like 10 people I would want to merge their face into one for my 4th. You throw in, the Furticks, the Craig Rochelle's, leadership content, Rich Wilkerson. I mean, there's, I think Rich and Chad, there's so many incredible people. So I'll do 3. And then the 4th will be a mystery. Yeah.
I'm going Craig.
Yeah.
And I'm going pastors. So Craig, for me, he's God's robot.
Yep.
And I love it.
Most disciplined human in the world. Yep.
So Craig Rochelle, Jensen is like the father figure for me. I love Pastor Chris. He's on there for me. And then the 4th, I'm kind of stuck on the 4th too.
It's hard.
It would have to be like I'm going to go Matt Chandler just because I love him. Yeah. Or like Rich Wilkerson just because he's building so beautifully right now, So let's go 3. I'm with you. I'm going to stay at 3.
We'll have pull it out of a hat for the 4th.
Yeah. To be determined. Okay.
Mount Rushmore needs to have a bunch of faces made, ready to go.
You said Birmingham's beautiful. Give us the next 20 seconds. You got to convince somebody on the other side of the camera to move to Alabama. Like why? What are you hyping up?
Oh, there's a number of things. First, you think it's flat ground cow fields when you think of Alabama. You're thinking Forrest Gump right now.
Yes.
Let me tell you, it is hilly. There's mountains right now as we're heading into the fall. You're going to get, is it called foliage in the trees? It's going to be orange and red and yellow. It's going to be 60 degrees, hoodie weather, incredible barbecue, kind of good coffee, great food, incredible church. Yeah, like you're going to gain 10 pounds from the food. You're going to love football. You're going to have incredible church. Your kids are going to have the best school. And then guess what? Paul Feinbaum is near. If you don't know Paul Feinbaum, he's a college football analyst, and no one likes him. I'm just kidding. He's awesome. But for real, Alabama has been a huge part of our story. And if you go, it could be a huge part of your story.
Wow. I didn't know you were going to be that hyped up about Alabama. I thought you would be.
Let me tell you about Seattle.
Okay, golf. You mentioned you play golf.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
What's the big deal with golf? Like, do I have to get into golf because I'm a preacher now? Like, what's
you
the
wouldn't
deal?
be a real pastor if you're not.
I'm starting to feel that way.
For sure. I think you should go back to ministry school and learn golf. I grew up in Hilton Head, South Carolina, which is a little bit of like, it's kind of retirement golf community. Okay. So I think some of it's my upbringing, just being around it. I played baseball. I think a lot of baseball players will gravitate to golf.
Sure.
Or, slow pitch softball, old man softball, pickleball. But I love it. For me, there are very few things. Here's what I've learned about ministry, and here's why I love golf. There are very few things that takes ministry off my mind.
Like
Golf. Every shot matters.
You gotta be locked in, focused.
So I can't think about the meeting or the message because I'm so mad at my last shot that it was a shank. Now I'm thinking about this shot. How do I not hit a shank? And so you're so in tune with every shot that 5 hours goes down the road and you're like, I didn't think about church once. And I think everyone needs an outlet where, and here's what I would say. If you serve on a team, if you are a leader on a team, let me give you a nugget. There is a difference between taking something off someone's plate and taking it off their mind. The greatest gift you can give a leader is giving them mental capacity, not physical capacity. That's real good. And golf allows me mental capacity. It lets me not think.
I played backyard golf putt-putt at Mike's party, and it was some of the most fun I had.
Yeah, join the club.
And I had 2 dubs, like 2 championship wins. Like I feel like
you're athletic. You'd be great.
There's something there. I might have to try
get a lesson early.
Tell the boys we getting golf clubs. Hey, everybody.
Yes, sponsor some Mizuno, Titleist. Send them some clubs.
All right, let's close this out. Pastor Layton, last piece of advice to anyone to encourage them to move faith forward. It's the Forward Podcast. What's one thing, one nugget? Hey, apply this, do this, think this way.
To move faith forward, here's what I would say. I was thinking about this earlier when you were asking about weaknesses for next gen. So I'll throw a little bonus in. Okay. I think in general, this generation, I'm not speaking to young people, I'm just speaking to the time. We're over sermonized. We're under obedient. I think we have more content and information than we do application. Have, yeah. And if you look at the wise builder versus the foolish builder in the Bible, both of them hear the same thing. They both have the same amount of revelation. They have different application. So for anyone who wants to move their faith forward, I think it's faith without works is dead. And so I'm in a season where I'm not necessarily, yes, I'm always looking for revelation. I'm trying to take inventory of my life. Where have I had revelation that I've failed to apply it? And how do I close that gap? And what I've noticed is my faith has moved forward in exponential ways, not by finding something new. It's applying something old that I've already had.
Being a doer.
Yeah, I don't want to be more sermonized than I'm obedient. I want to, if God speaks it, I want to do what Noah said.
Let's go.
In Genesis, I think it's 6, Noah did all that God commanded him to do. That's honestly what I want from my life.
There you go.
I just want to do everything God tells me to do, nothing more, nothing less.
There you go. Well, you heard it here, everybody, on the Forward Podcast. If you want to move faith forward, be obedient, be a doer of God's word, and here, your best days are ahead of you. All you got to do is keep moving faith forward. If you do that, I promise you, they're ahead of you. Like, subscribe, do all the things. We love you. We'll see you on the next episode.